And back to the room. Okay. Tim, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that has all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like, and I submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that one of these days, you'd think that on days this important, she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Tim. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know. Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Jeez. You don't know the full story, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Oh shoot, I just hit it. Oh no. Can I go back? I can't go back. Oh well. Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out at the desk. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more serious. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages, each member's poems neatly printed on the page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during the practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Oh my god. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. I'm assuming it just does that multiple times. Get out of my head. Get out of my head, get out of my head. Get out of my head. I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. What is happening? But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. This is getting really creepy, guys. Ah, what is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Tim, what's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from anything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori. So, well, all right. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself, Monica calls out from after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help wake her up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up the phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She's really, she really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on the door. Sayori, wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really don't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of breach privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Holy fuck. Oh, what the hell. What the hell is happening right now? What the... Oh, that's so messed up. I'm sorry, I'm not even reading the things, I'm sorry. I'm, like, so lost in it. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. What the hell? Oh, Trevor's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Did I come in at a wrong time?
Oh my. Oh,
Dang,
that.
I was watching you on the way here. I thought I might.
I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I'd be there for her. I told her I know what's best, and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession? That has to have been what pushed her over the edge. Her agonizing scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts kept telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I knew she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed for me, and now I can never take it back. Never. 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 That's it? That's how it ends?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? That's messed up. What happens? What's going on? What is this game I played? What is that? Do I hit that?
I don't know. Maybe give it a shot. See what happens.
Flibber flabber, I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and a good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but we used to walk into school together on days like this. But starting around high school, she would oversleep, more frequent, okay, same, right? But she's going to chase after me like this, and I always feel better off running away. However, I just idly in front of the car and let catch up to me. Like any other. Mornings are usual, the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Tim? Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Ah, yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk. We're in the same class. I know this stuff. Monica was probably the most popular girl in school, smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me, so there's a little, what did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use in my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how I feel and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make it something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything, reading, writing, and poetry. I mean, one of the members even keeps her manga collection in the classroom. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She's always insisted that manga is literature too. I mean, she's wrong, I guess. And besides, a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Tim. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so. But in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no other reason to refuse, man! Besides, how could I refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Aha, awesome. You're really sweet, Tim. You know what it's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. Don't say that. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used to third-year class and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the door. Are we doing this? Is this a whole nother round of this, or what? I don't know.
What do you mean? This is the first time you're playing.
Shut up.
We just started. Tim,
Trevor.
we literally just
Shut
started
up,
this
Trevor.
game like 5 minutes ago.
Shut up, Trevor. Don't you do this to
I
me.
don't understand.
Don't you matrix this. I'm back. And I brought a guest with me. That shit scares me. A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Tim. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? No, I'm not. Natsuki, the girl with the sour attitude, whose name apparently appears to be Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual, and this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So, I ran into Tim in the classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but it just happened. I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make us some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Tim? The girls have a few desks arranged on the table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room, opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As the president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised that there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort into starting something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a set of tea. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom. Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, the tea and the reading might not be a pastime of mine, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Tim, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I read the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking, after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of the teacup with a finger. My favorites are usually novels that build in complex fantasy worlds. The levels of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling you... Okay, I know all this stuff. What's happening?
I still don't get what you're saying.
I hate you. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories behind deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination and completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read horror book once.
I read horror book once.
I just really grasped
Classic Tim. Soft.
I desperately grasped something. Y'all know that. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I expect that from what's going on. It suits your potentially. I'm so done.
Oh my gosh, Tim.
This game.
It suits your potentially.
This game.
Is that your final answer?
No. This game's messed me up. What?
This game has fried Tim's brain.
It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, it's a story that makes me or takes me to another world. Then I really can't put it down. Surely horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give it back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have everything? Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable, even though oh my gosh, comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look up quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write poems of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as the members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Tim? Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that I've reached the important topic, I bluntly comment blah 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 blah. I never said that I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought that the girls exchange glances before Monica turns back at me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Tim. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying to really hard to find a new member. And if we don't find one before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right, okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes lights up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Tim? Yeah, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed. Tim, I'm so happy. We can become an official group now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone.
I've got something real quick for you.
Yeah.
Remember how I said I had something to read to you?
Yeah.
So we couldn't do it yet, but cool Miss Alex wanted. She said something earlier. It was when you were talking to Sayori. She said, "Don't leave her hanging." And Zach said the same thing later on. He didn't even see that. So, yeah. Or Zach said you left her hanging. So, there are those. You have to carry that with you now.
But look, like, I wasn't going to lead her on, right? If I feel a way about one girl, I'm not going to lead on another girl.
Yep.
And I could have very easily. I had the option to very easily. I mean, is that the right thing to do? Would you think that's... I mean, I'm just curious. Would you think that's the right thing to do? Lead someone on if it meant to save her life? I mean, I guess so, maybe. But in the end, one of you... Oh, my God. No, I can't do this right now. My head... That's a...
Yep.
I mean, to save a life... Yeah. I hate this thing. Okay, back to it.
Back to it.
I think with that... we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. And remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once. Tim, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait.
So Sporty says, "Stop justifying it, you murderer."
No! I don't. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day in school and literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to go closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make my circumstances. And I guess it starts with writing a poem. Do I really... So, am I just doing all this? Oh. Oh.
Interesting.
No. I can't convince myself to go to therapy when I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'd rather keep this up until I blow my cover and someone takes me to the emergency room. I'm assuming that's what that says. Nope, wrong person. Nope, wrong person. Boop. Color. And oh wow,